Hey guys, today on People Now, a huge record-breaking weekend at the box office for Jordan Peele's thriller, Us.
Find out how Prince Charles and Camilla are making history with their latest royal visit to Cuba.
Mel B reveals that she spiced up her life having a sexual encounter with Geri. What is this all about? We're going to tell you what we've learned.
A terrifying emergency and passenger evacuations as a cruise ship is rocked by wind and waves after engine trouble at sea.
Plus,
I can laugh, I can love, and I can drink.
Country star Jennifer Nettles is here talking all about her music and ACM nomination.
It's all today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
If getting out of bed was a bit hard this morning, we definitely feel you. It is a very Monday right now.
It is.
Being an adult on Mondays, it can be especially rough. One school in Kentucky is trying to make grown-up life a little bit easier by teaching their students real-life skills on what they're calling Adulting Day. By the way, what a genius idea for a school to teach people real-life skills.
No, I love that, though. Honestly, though, we want to know which adult skill you wish you had learned when you were in school. Is it changing a tire? Is it cooking meals? Is it filing taxes? Or is it doing laundry? You can only pick one. I feel like, is laundry that hard?
Well, it was for me
For
back
some
in the
people,
day.
yeah, that's true. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Good options there, but vote for your answer in our People poll, or just tweet us with the hashtag PeopleNow.
A real question. I would love to have known how often you're supposed to wash your bedding. Right?
Oh,
like I would just live in that
probably
forever.
a lot more often than you
Oh,
do.
definitely. But my wife does it, thank God, because I would just let it go. And then how to put on or fold properly
No,
a
the
fitted
sheet is, yeah, I mean, everyone has trouble with that.
Riveting stuff, and we're going to get to all of that coming up. We're going to check in on your results, what you think in a little bit. But for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Watch this.
You people. It's us.
Okay, it's so freaky, spooky, all of it.
Monday.
Yeah, it seems like everyone was running to theaters to catch the new horror film Us this weekend. The Jordan Peele thriller blew past $70 million in the U.S. box office in its first weekend. That's the third biggest horror opening ever. It's just behind the newest renditions of It and Halloween, so good company there. The film now also holds the title for the #1 launch of an original horror title. Worldwide, it took in an astounding $87 million, nearly quadrupling its $20 million budget. It's really crazy how well it's doing. Director Jordan Peele isn't the only one feeling the love online after the groundbreaking opening. Star Lupita Nyong'o is also celebrating the positive response. The 36-year-old actress took to Twitter, basking in some coverage from the New York Times. She said, quote, "What a way to end opening weekend. I felt the support all around. Wowie, New York Times this week. And I'm grateful for this moment. I'm having so much fun. And looks like many of you had a scary good time at the theater this weekend, too." Lupita's co-star Shahadi Wright-Joseph stopped by on Friday. She told Andrea about working with the Oscar winner Nyong'o, who plays her mom in the film. Take a look.
When the Wilsons are singing I Got Five on it in the car, we're bonding and we're just like a family, and it was great. And Jordan specifically put those scenes at the end of shooting so that we could like take the time to actually, get to know each other and to bond.
And I know you said in another interview she's actually really scary and creepy, right?
Yeah, she would actually get into her Red character like so much, and it was kind of spooky. Her and Winston too. So Evan and I were kind of like, what's happening? I would literally see her and I would be like, oh, she's not herself right now. She wouldn't talk, or she would talk in like that raspy voice, and she would walk slowly, and it's kind of spooky.
Wow.
And if you watch it,
Yeah.
when she does the raspy voice, can you imagine being on set and someone's in character and you're trying, oh, hey, Lupita, and all of a sudden she's in that voice?
Right.
Yeah.
I can imagine it would be definitely an intense set.
That's probably what you gotta do to get in character
Yeah.
for those scary scenes.
Well, it paid off, and Shahadi was so cool when she came by. She even played a little game of Connect 4 with you.
It was a blast. It really was fun.
You can catch that tomorrow on People Now. Make sure to check that out. If you remember, though, Jordan Peele's directorial debut, Get Out, became a cultural phenomenon, which was nominated for 4 Oscars, taking home 1 Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, while Get Out was filmed, tiny budget there, only $4.5 million. It ultimately earned $176 million in North America. It remains to be seen what Us can accumulate during its time in theaters, but if the opening weekend is any indication, it is going to be a huge box office for that movie. Congrats to all involved in that. All right, Prince Charles and Camilla, let's move on here. Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, are making royal history. The couple touched down in Cuba Sunday for the latest stop in their 12-day Caribbean tour. They're the first royals to make an official visit in the country. Not even the Queen has made a state visit to Cuba, which came under communist rule in 1959 under Fidel Castro. Charles and Camilla kicked off their visit with a wreath-laying ceremony at the memorial of Cuba's national hero, essayist, and poet, Jose Marti. During their visit, the royal couple will explore the cultural and academic connections between the UK and Cuba, such as the arts, youth entrepreneurship, heritage restoration, and sustainable agriculture. On Monday, they're taking a guided tour of Old Havana and will meet young Cuban entrepreneurs before attending an official dinner hosted by President Miguel Diaz-Canel. They'll continue to explore the city on Tuesday and will meet owners of classic British cars, visit a Cuban music recording studio and dance studio. They'll also attend a reception hosted by the British ambassador. It seems like a packed schedule, a lot to do there. Their visit to Cuba will end on Wednesday after the royal couple visit the country's south coast to learn about local flora and fauna. Prince Charles will also attend a roundtable discussion on environmental conservation, while Camilla is scheduled to visit an equestrian center, then join a roundtable on work being done to help those affected by domestic violence. The royal couple will then jet off to the Cayman Islands. Their Caribbean tour kicked off on March 17th when they touched down in St. Lucia. The couple has also visited St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. So quite the schedule these guys maintain, and it sounds a bit dreamy to me. Camilla was handed a shot of passion fruit rum to celebrate her visit. Look at her there. Looks like she enjoyed it. The couple also visited Barbados, where they met with Lionel Richie. Prince Charles had a little fun with the American Idol judge. He quoted the singer's 1983 hit song, Hello, joking to Richie, "It must have been you I was looking for." The singer then replied, "Oh, did you just say that?" And they both had a good laugh of it. It's kind of like a dad joke. It's a royal joke. The royals definitely seem to be enjoying their time in the Caribbean. It is a pretty big deal that they're currently in Cuba, and glad that they're making the history there and doing good things and observing some good causes and all kinds of that type of stuff while they're there.
Yeah, I love the pictures with Lionel Richie, and he seems like he's having a really good time. And I guess the dad joke kind of worked. They got a pass there.
I can picture Charles saying it with his accent.
Probably planning it for so long. I can't wait to say this to him, but it's super cute.
Yeah, maybe, and for them, a different side of them to some degree. It's I don't know. They're usually very prim and proper, and so a little
taking shots
and making dad jokes, the whole thing. All right, let's move on to this. Dubai's government is denying that there are any plans for an R. Kelly concert in the Sheikdom. In a rare statement, the government's Dubai media office confirmed they have not received any requests for Kelly to perform, nor have the Dubai royal family invited R. Kelly to perform. In the statement, they add that no venues have been booked. The statement comes after the R&B singer sought permission in court last week to travel to Dubai to perform multiple concerts. His lawyer also claimed that during the trip, he was supposed to meet the royal family. In a court filing, Kelly's lawyer said the singer needed to perform concerts to raise money as he's struggling to pay his child support and other child-related expenses. Now, in February, Kelly was charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse against 4 alleged victims, 3 of whom are referred to as being under the age of 17. R. Kelly has pled not guilty to all charges. Aggravated criminal sexual abuse is a Class 2 felony with a potential sentence of 3 to 7 years per charge, and it is probationable. Kelly was previously arrested in 2002 on child pornography charges. 6 years later, a jury found Kelly not guilty on all 14 counts. A renewed interest in the allegations emerged earlier this year with the release of the Lifetime documentary series Surviving R. Kelly. The doc features wide-ranging interviews with Kelly's family, former friends and colleagues, and women who claim that for decades he used his power and influence to sexually and physically abuse women and young girls. Obviously, there was a lot of attention given to that. We'll see how this continues to affect him, whether he'll be able to book more shows, if people will be able to welcome him, or there'll be a public outcry anytime it happens.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I hope not. I'm glad that Dubai's government flagged that, and there aren't concerts happening, so hopefully that kind of continues to happen.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted on everything going on with R. Kelly on People.com. And Andrea, you have more for us in Star Tracks.
Yes, I do. We are kicking off Star Tracks with one celeb family who's selling merch for a good cause. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West gave back with the help of lemonade stands across the country on Friday. In a series of tweets, Kim announced that she and her husband would be selling Yeezys at lemonade stands for charity. She wrote in part, "Today, Kanye and Adidas partnered with families across America to create homemade pop-up Yeezy lemonade stands stocked with limited pairs of the unreleased Yeezy Boost 700 V2 Geode." Now, all proceeds made via the stands will be donated to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the nation's largest grassroots mental health health organization dedicated to building better lives for the millions of Americans affected by mental illness. That was her tweet. The brand selected families across the country to help sell the Yeezys at several different pop-up lemonade stands where the shoes retailed for $300, but all to a good cause. Kim also shared snaps on social media of her family participating in their own lemonade stand, with daughters North in Chicago and son Saint lending a hand. That's really adorable. Courtney and Chloe also stopped by with their daughters Penelope and True. Arts and crafts were a big key to the charitable business, as the Kardashian tots helped paint props and signs for the stand. What an awesome way to get the kids involved.
Yeah.
Hey, when life gives you Yeezys, sell them at a lemonade stand for a good cause.
I think that's the saying, yeah.
I think that's the phrase. All right, watch this.
It's corny joke time. And I'm here with a very special guest, my beautiful granddaughter. She actually gave me the joke. So
Hey.
here it goes.
Hey, so how many petals, how many lips does a flower have?
Well, how many?
Tulip.
Tulips.
You get it?
Two lips, like tulips. I get it. Looks like Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy Carter, has the funny bone. We saw her hand there at least. I wonder if she gets it from Beyonce or Jay-Z. They're both pretty funny. The 7-year-old starred as the latest guest on her grandmother Tina Lawson's Instagram for a segment Tina calls Corny Joke Time. In the video, Blue actually goes on to explain the joke to her grandma, saying, "You get it? There's a kind of flower that's called tulip." Of course, Tina chuckled at her granddaughter and looked very proud. Corny Joke Time is part of a comedy routine that Tina does on Instagram pretty often, so it looks like maybe Blue gets all the funny from her grandma. And I mean, with Beyonce and Jay-Z as your parents, there's no way you don't grow up talented in some way, right, Jeremy? You would think so?
I definitely. Look at her. Here's the thing. Her little voice in that video is so adorable.
So cute.
I would listen to her tell any corny joke.
No, I know. I think it's super adorable,
Yeah.
right? Maybe she's going to be a comedian. We have to break away from the musical stuff, do her own comedy show. I don't know. All right, moving on to this. Alex Rodriguez can't get enough of his new fiancée, Jennifer Lopez. The baseball legend gushed over his lady love in an Instagram post on Sunday, a day before Jen started shooting her new movie, Hustlers. A-Rod wrote in part, "I can't wait until you all see how she transforms herself into a completely different character. She's been working so hard lately. I'm glad we were able to enjoy a quick little break before she dives into this new project." He closed out the caption with, "Love you, baby, and continue to shine, fly high, and inspire all of us." Very sweet. J-Lo recently opened up to People about A-Rod's Instagram skills, explaining he loves taking pictures and documenting the moment. Meanwhile, Alex says he has his daughters to thank for keeping his social media game strong. He says, "My coaches are my girls. They're my biggest critics. I know immediately if I posted something dorky because both of the girls start blowing me up. They're like, 'Dad, take that down. We're teenagers. We're going to be ragged on at school.'" He added, "We have fun with it, but they know best because that's more their strength." To be fair, if your dad is A-Rod, I think that makes you cool by default,
Immediately,
right?
yeah.
You're doing great, A-Rod. Keep it up. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. All the latest on that dramatic cruise liner evacuation off the coast of Norway this weekend, plus what the rescued passengers are now saying about the whole thing. Plus, we're joined live by Grammy Award winner and one of our favorites here at People Now, Jennifer Nettles. She is here. Stick around for that.
All right, in honor of One Kentucky School's Adulting Day, we've been asking you guys which grown-up skill you wish you had learned back when you were in school. Let's check in on our People results so far. All right, looks like...
Filing taxes.
Yeah, you know what? That's rough. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
I'm a tax person and still like
it is one of those.
Not sure if I'm getting bamboozled.
Or at least for me, it's at least like how to properly keep things all year so you're ready when tax time comes. Because every year for me, it's like the scramble. Oh, where are the receipts? Where's everything?
You don't even remember which jobs you worked. I know, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
That one for sure. All of those though. Changing a tire.
Leanne says option E, all the
Yeah.
above, which is true. Mm-hmm. But luckily we have, you can get a tax guy to do that.
That's true.
We keep them employed by not teaching kids how to do it in school. Keep voting in our People poll, and now we move on to this.
So this weekend, Dr. Dre celebrated his daughter, Truly Young, and her acceptance into the University of Southern California. But the shout-out didn't come without a jab at the college admissions bribery scandal that a lot of people are talking about these days.
Yeah, in a now deleted post, Dre poked fun at the scandal and stars like Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, who were allegedly involved in the whole thing. He wrote, "My daughter got accepted into USC all on her own, no jail time." That was his caption.
So several celebrities commented on the post showing support for Truly, including Diddy. Others were Busta Rhymes, T.I., Timbaland, husband, Nick Cannon, he wrote absolute success.
So Truly later shared that same photo and revealed in her IG stories that she would be attending the USC School of Cinematic Arts. She wrote, "All my hard work paid off. I'm going to film school."
So this is all great, right?
Of
Very
course.
happy for her. Kind of get the joking about the college admissions scam. This is the thing, though. After seeing the post, many were quick to point out that Dre actually donated $70 million to USC back in 2013, along with fellow music mogul Jimmy Iovine.
$70 million.
So that's a lot of money.
That donation was given to establish the USC Jimmy Iovine and Andre Young Academy for Arts, Technology, and the Business of Innovation. The former president of the university at the time praised the duo back in 2013. They said this, quote, "The vision and generosity of Jimmy Iovine and Andre Young will profoundly influence the way all of us perceive and experience artistic media." It was a big deal when it happened.
Yeah, and the school even has a building named after the two donors, which would be called the Jimmy Iovine and Andre Young Hall. It's opening this year, which is amazing that they do this, but I think he realized that when he made that post, oh yeah, I have donated a lot of money, so maybe that helped a little bit.
By the way, Andre Young is Dr. Dre's legal name, so that's
yeah.
the connection there. Meanwhile, Lori Loughlin and her husband Massimo Giannulli have gone completely under the radar since being charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud for allegedly agreeing to pay $500,000 in bribes for their two daughters. This was in exchange for having their two daughters designated as recruits to the USC crew team, despite the fact that they did not participate in crew.
Which I still
One little
find
detail.
so crazy. Now, the family's been laying low, hunkered down in their house in Bel Air. Both Lori and her husband have court dates in Boston next week. The couple were arrested earlier in March and released on $1 million bonds apiece. They have not entered pleas.
So there you go. That's what's going on with that whole
Yeah,
story.
look, what he did wasn't illegal.
No.
It's just that people were kind of pointing out, oh, that may have.
It's all
added to
perception,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's public perception. He went out of his way to address that scandal, and then people are saying, like, well, perception-wise, it might not seem like she got in all on her own, right?
But either way, congratulations.
Of course.
Truly,
No,
very happy for her.
I'm sure she's a very hard worker and deserves all of it, but it's obviously the public's going to take these types of things into consideration when that kind of comment.
Absolutely.
So, anyway.
All right. Jana Kramer is back with some new music. On Friday, the country singer and One Tree Hill alum will drop her first new single in a year. It's called Beautiful Lies.
Inspired by when she and her husband, Mike Cosson, took a break after his infidelity in 2016. There was a lot of press surrounding that. Let's take a quick listen.
Tell me beautiful lies.
So you can head to people.com to get an exclusive first listen to the entire song.
A little more than that.
Yeah, a little more than that, just a little more. But Jana opened up to people about the inspiration behind it, saying she remembers thinking, I want to try to explain the best way that I can how I felt in this moment when I found out about everything.
She adds this, she, quote, felt like the whole world was spinning, like everything was just flipped upside down. She described it as an awful nightmare, and she says this song really captures what was going on for her and her husband during that whole tough time.
I mean, I can't imagine. And she's kind of putting it into her art, but it's a hard thing to go through. As for the song's title, Beautiful Lies, here's what she says. She says, in that moment, I didn't want to believe it was true. Instead, I wished I would have been told some beautiful lies to cover up what was going on.
So some of the future songs are going to tell their story from their breakup and through their journey toward healing. For me, when I look at this, it gives me a lot of hope in the strength of their marriage, the fact that they're at a place where they can not only speak publicly about this, but they're writing music and kind of really putting it all out there for the world. And maybe in some way for them, this might help them even move to the next level beyond the whole scandal.
I think the Beautiful Lies thing is so interesting, though, because everyone wants the truth. But in that moment, she actually wanted to be lied to because it was so hard to accept the truth. It seems like she's in a much better place now, being able to put it out there. But here's a little recap of what went on. So back in 2016, Jana found out about her husband's infidelity. The duo took a break. At the time, they had a 7-month-old daughter, Jolie Ray. She's now 3 years old.
Yeah, Mike later sought a treatment at a rehab facility, and since then, the couple has continuously worked on rebuilding their relationship. They even welcomed their son, Jace Joseph, in November of 2018.
Jana says, I can look back now and to know how far we've come is amazing. To be able to release these songs this year and to show the growth is the cherry on top. It just fills my heart knowing how hard we've worked and how far we've come.
Good for them. Regaining the trust, and I mean, that's something you really have to work on, right?
Oh my
regaining trust after that type
know.
of thing. Starting on April 2nd, the couple will take their podcast, Wind Down, with Jana Kramer and Mike Cosson. Great title, by the way. They're going on the road with it for the first time ever.
Yeah, it'll be very interactive. Jana says they might pull you on stage. They want to be very open and have a good time. She's also going to sing.
Get some music, get some good conversations.
Yeah.
Pre-sale tickets for the Wind Down tour can be purchased online on March 26th, so look out for that. All right, guys, in a recent interview with Piers Morgan, 43-year-old Mel B says she had sex with her fellow Spice Girl, 46-year-old Geri Halliwell.
Wow. So this clip is from an upcoming episode of Piers Morgan's Life Stories. The ex-America's Got Talent judge completely shocked the audience.
And all of us.
Oh, yes. I was really shocked about this revelation.
Yeah, in a clip that Piers shared on Good Morning Britain on Monday, he asked Mel B, quote, You were coming here to be brutally honest. Did you or didn't you sleep with Geri Halliwell?
Now, Mel B replied saying, yeah, we all slept in a bed together, but not like that, all of us, adding that Geri, quote, had great boobs. Pierce then asked, did you sleep with Geri like that?
Pierce really going for it here.
He
Like
really
following
is.
up, in response to that question, Mel B smiled and nodded in the affirmative. Pierce was speechless. She went on to add, she's going to hate me for this because she's all posh in her country house with her husband. You don't think she knew? That Geri knew she was going to reveal this?
I think they did,
Come
right?
on. So don't forget,
Otherwise, I would be so upset if I was Geri that she's saying
Yeah.
this. Like, let me live my life. I don't need all these stories coming back to haunt me.
And just in case you didn't remember, Geri was Ginger Spice, Mel B, of course, Scary Spice. And while this is all happening, 45-year-old Mel C, Sporty Spice, is sitting in the crowd, jaw dropped in total disbelief as it's all kind of being said.
Pierce confirmed on the morning show that after the taping, Mel B called Geri to let her know this alleged secret was out. Geri has not yet publicly commented on this. I wonder if she's going to.
Oh, she will.
You
There's
think so?
no way she won't. If Geri didn't know about the whole thing, or that she was going to say it, that's what I mean. It seems maybe unfair to spill it, or you have to give Mel the benefit of the doubt that they have such a close relationship that she knows this will be fine.
I don't know. I think you'd have to get permission from your friend to release that information.
Yeah.
Right? If you haven't said it yet. You know what I mean?
All of
Like,
a
why
sudden-
would all of a sudden
Hey,
now's the moment?
When you're in front of Piers Morgan, you can't hold anything back.
Yeah.
Gets it out. Mel B hasn't mentioned any of this on social media either. People reached out to Mel B and Geri's reps. Both had no comment so far.
But the timing is interesting. It's kind of all unfolding as a Spice Girls reunion is on the horizon. So maybe they're trying to get people excited about it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I know. That makes me more excited.
The 2019 Spice Girls reunion tour will feature the original lineup, except posh Victoria Beckham. She's talked about not doing it. The tour kicks off in May. So far, only dates for the UK, in Ireland, England, and Wales have been revealed. We'll keep you updated.
Man, this was a crazy story that we heard over the weekend. These are photos of a Viking cruise ship in rough seas. It was a very scary situation on that ship.
So basically, the cruise ship was forcibly rocked by intense waves and winds around 50 miles an hour. It was just off the coast of Norway after engine trouble. They were basically stranded at sea for a while.
I mean, it would be horrifying to be one of these people. They were comparing the situation and the conditions to being on the Titanic. People were scared they were going to drown in the Norwegian Sea. Passengers recalled how chaotic it was inside the ship. Take a look at this clip.
Furniture would slide across the room, slide back, and with it came people and glass. It was a very dangerous situation, frankly. A few people got hurt.
We have some friends that are still on board. Two couples. One couple decided to stay. The other couple decided to take a helicopter out. That was probably less than an hour ago.
Wow, it's hard to imagine, really.
I mean, you saw that one video of that huge plant being rolled back and forth. Very dangerous.
And you see all the people there crammed in there, everyone with their life jackets on. The guy there said tables, chairs, utensils, they were all sliding from one end of the ship to the other. Very dangerous stuff. Another woman was kind of being swept away inside the 7th floor restaurant. She's safe now, but she was one of the first people to be rescued.
So approximately 20 people were injured before the ship stabilized. Rescue forces were called in to evacuate the passengers. More than 400 people were airlifted to safety after the ship experienced the rough seas.
It was a traumatic experience for the passengers and the crew. We're glad everyone's okay. Passengers did commend the crew. They said that they kept everyone safe and calm. They made sure everyone had food and water. So good on that part of it. They were able to handle the situation professionally.
And one passenger, Beth Clark, she's praising all who stepped in and helped. Watch this.
They were awesome. I mean, as soon as they hoisted you up, he grabbed me and pulled me in like a sack of potatoes and dragged me to the back of the helicopter, and he was next. I can't get over how magnificent the crew was on the ship, the National Guard, and how kind the Norway people have been. It's been just shocking how wonderful people are.
I can laugh, I can love, I can drink.
All right, that's a very quick clip from Jennifer Nettles' new song, I Can Do Hard Things. Jennifer is live with us now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Willing spring, as you were saying.
I'm willing spring with all of these flowers.
Well, it's working. I'm feeling it a little bit right now.
I'm ready. I am so ready. Yeah, girl.
It's been a long winter.
It's been a bit of a winter.
It has been. What are you going to do first thing when it's warm? First warm day?
I mean, I just love the first day whenever you get to show skin. I love it, just like a tank top and a skirt, please, without a legging underneath, for the love of Pete.
And just get out there and soak it in.
Yes.
All right, this incredibly empowering new song. The title itself, kind of self-explanatory, right? But give us a little bit of the background of the tune. what you love about it.
Yes, I can do hard things. A couple of things. Go through a time in my life that was particularly hard, and sort of coming into a maturity that for me only motherhood brought about.
Okay.
Having some realizations that while we love to dissect things and make them dichotomous into either or, like black or white, this is good or bad, that the reality is we live in so much gray. And that we are also made for those hard things just as we are for those joyous things. A fantastic book called Love Warrior by Glennon Doyle that I was reading at the time really, really inspired me for this song so much in terms of being able to do hard things and set me on fire.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, and you mentioned motherhood, so you have a son, Magnus.
I
and
do.
You're married to Justin. We have some really cute pictures, I know, from Christmas, I think, coming up. He's so cute. How did your role as a mother and a wife inspire you to write the song?
You know, really, like I said, when I became a mom, the landscape shifted, okay, for me in such a way that your whole perspective changes. And we're taught to think that, like, oh, if you don't say that it's good, that everything about being a mom is good, then you don't love your kid. But those things aren't mutually exclusive. Like, there are things about being a mom that are extremely hard that have nothing to do with the, vastness and endlessness of how I love my child. So we're told to say that, oh, everything is better. And in some ways it is, because there's joy that I have never known. And in other ways, it isn't, because there are things that are hard and,
Torturous at times, let's be real.
What was the most surprising hard thing that you did not expect with motherhood?
I just think from an identity standpoint, for me, I love being Magnus's mom, but being a mother wasn't necessarily always my dream. There are some women for whom it is, and that's fantastic. But for me, I had a dream, and I had this identity that for my entire life I had been and wanted to be. So to sit back and suddenly have a different identity that not only is just like, hey, now I'm this, but also I'm responsible for a life. Wow, that was big.
Yeah, what's the message that you're hoping women and men get from this song?
Well, as you see in this video, and as you will hear not only in the lyrics to the song, but also as you see in the video, we do hard things every day, and we all do it differently. In this video, there's a firefighter, there's a woman who's becoming a single mom, she's adopting as a single woman. There's a woman whose husband is being deployed and going on a deployment. There is a woman who is transgender. There is a woman who's a caregiver for her mother. So these are just examples of the hard things that we all do every single day. And what I have found is that there is a community and strength in community. As this song has gotten out there, women have been responding on the socials to say, like, this is what I'm going through in my life, and I can do this, and thank you so much, because I can do hard things.
You mentioned the story of a transgender person, and in the world of country music, those aren't topics that we typically hear about. Homosexuality, transgender people.
Sure.
For you, why is it important to include those stories in your music and your video?
For me, because that's my authentic truth, in the sense that I can't help but live who I am in that way. And I was brought up to think that love is love, and that love is never wrong. It's not necessarily how you love, but that you love is what is important. And I actually just recently had a fantastic honor through the HRC down in Nashville. They honored me with the LGBTQ Ally Award. And when I went and got to speak for that fantastic audience, I said, I want to encourage and inspire my peers within the country music world to speak up for the LGBTQ community, because the reality is there's a lot of love in the country world for the LGBTQ community.
We actually have a photo of you at that event, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
You're a major philanthropist. They honored you there. There we go.
Yeah, I love that you do this and you bring awareness. What's your advice for other people that maybe have a big platform? They want to speak up for voices that aren't being heard, but aren't sure how to do it?
I think just speak your truth. I mean, one of the things that I mentioned was to say it doesn't have to be a big finger pointing. You don't have to turn this into a debate on your socials. You speak your truth in a way that is graceful and that just says, hey, everybody is welcome. Or perhaps you write a song that says, listen, I'm the bridge and I know that love is love here. You know what I'm saying? So let's reach out and meet each other on this bridge. I think there are a myriad of ways to do it, but as long as you do it from the heart, I think that's what's the most important. Just be sincere.
Well put.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Your band Sugarland is nominated for Video of the Year for Big. babe.
Yay.
Yes, and the
Congratulations.
ACM Awards. How does that
Should be
feel?
So fun. It's always great to be invited to the party.
Yeah.
Always great to be invited.
And that's a good party, right?
Did you
And it's
think
a
it?
fun
Yeah, did you think it was
Fun party.
coming? Is it shocking to you when you get a nomination?
I mean, look, you never know in this industry, and you never know with award shows and what's going on politically for those things. So it is always nice when I say to be nominated in that way. But this video, it's a great video.
Yeah.
It's a great video. It was so well done. The concept and the treatment of it, they were so great. I mean, yeah, it's a great video.
You recorded Babe?
I think it deserves a nomination.
Yeah. We agree. And a win.
Yeah.
You recorded Babe with T Swift, right?
Yes.
What was
I've
the
heard of her.
Well, yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah, she
What-
wrote the song,
Yeah.
and actually the idea for the treatment was hers as well. The whole concept for the video.
What was your experience collaborating with her in that way?
She's such a professional.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so good at what she does. She's been doing this since she was, not only a young woman, a young girl.
Yeah.
You know, so she's had a lot of time to really hone her craft, and she's so great at what she does. She's really tapped in.
Yeah, and you even surprised the crowd in Arlington, Texas. You performed
Yes,
at her
we had so
tour,
much fun.
Reputation tour. I mean, what
Yes.
did that mean to kind of perform in this iconic tour with her?
Listen, the tour was huge. I have never heard such screaming, okay? like if you want to know what 100,000 girls
Yeah.
screaming sounds like, I heard it. I mean, it was just like blown away but just sonically even the love that is coming back at you, yeah.
Let's talk about this. You're busy doing many things. You recently wrapped shooting the movie Harriet.
Yes,
This is about the
focus
life of Harriet
features.
Tubman.
Yes.
Is acting something you're going to pursue more of? Is that the direction you want to go?
It has been, yeah, especially like over the past 6 years.
Yeah.
I've started really opening and expanding my world as a storyteller in that way. And I grew up doing theater, and so I love acting as well. So this for me is a wonderful way to get to tell stories that are important to me, Harriet being one that is so iconic and so inspiring for our country and for our history, and so important to remember on so very many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a great cast. Leslie Odom Jr., Cynthia
Yes,
Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo, who killed it.
Yeah.
She's a monster.
And Joe Alwyn,
Yes.
who's in a lot of
Yes.
stuff recently. Did you get any acting tips from them on set?
You know what? I watched them. I showed up, and I got to work the most with Joe. I can't tell you necessarily all the details, but we got to work the most closely together on the movie. So I showed up and I watched and I observed. You know, these folks have done this and been storytellers in this way, you know, for longer than I have. So I work a lot on instinct. So to get to see them at their craft and how they did it, I hope by osmosis I can.
You just gotta go. Well, in both ways. Let's just say, but the talent flows both ways there.
Yeah.
We can't wait for that. I have maybe a fanboy dream of you double dating with Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift.
Yes, would that be fun?
Maybe it didn't happen.
Cute.
Or
No,
did it?
listen, they're so busy, and look, they're in their late 20s. Did she just turn 30? Is she about to turn 30? Did I just read that?
She's doing her thing. I mean,
Yeah.
look, she's
Yeah. Anyway, I thought she'd put something on her socials the other day. Like, the people say this about your 30s, yay. Anyway, they're so busy. They're everywhere. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. But
Well,
yeah,
look
call me, guys, when you're there.
set up the double date.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to keep this interview rolling with a fun game we created just for you.
Okay.
It's called Jennifer Answers Hard and Easy Things.
Yeah, we'll
there we
spin off your
go. See what
song.
we did there with the song.
Here
so
we
we even
go.
used some of your album art for the little graphic. There it is. You're going to spin this wheel that has been brought to our set.
Okay.
If the ticker lands on hard, we'll ask you a hard question.
Ooh.
Easy means easy question. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
3, 2, 1, roll it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. It's a good spin.
Really good spin.
Landing on easy
Easy.
question.
All right.
All right, what's your go-to alcoholic beverage?
Champagne bubbles.
Champagne
Ooh,
bubbly. There we go.
nice.
Well, let's roll it again.
Okay.
And we're looking like
Another
easy again.
easy.
Okay.
Favorite activity to do with Magnus?
Ooh, you know what? Oh gosh, there's so much I love to do with him. I mean, what do I love to do? There's so many names. I just took him yesterday. We just had pizza, which he loves, and then we went to the playground. I mean, I love getting to be outside with him, which is again while I'm willing spring. You know, he's a 6-year-old boy. He likes to run around and move around, but he loves movies. He loves musicals. I love taking him to musicals. He's seen Frozen, Lion King, King Kong. What else? Aladdin.
You think he's gonna be a little singer?
Oh, he can
Yeah.
sing. Yes.
Would
he
you
is
would you
absolutely singing.
encourage him to pursue music? As
I
well?
absolutely would. As a matter of fact, the other day he said to me, when I grow up, I'm going to be a farmer, a zookeeper, a singer, or anything really. And I was like, you know what, babe? You could be any of those things.
It's an open,
Yeah.
clean
Any
slate.
of those
friend.
things, really.
Let's roll it again.
I'm hoping we get a hard question here.
Oh, hard question.
All right. What's your most embarrassing onstage moment?
Okay, my most embarrassing onstage moment actually happened before I was on stage and it was the big time, whatever you say. No, I was probably 12 years old. It was with a performing arts troupe called Clovers and Company, which is sponsored by the 4-H program in Georgia. And I had to do this sort of like a shag, sort of swing kind of dance with a partner. And our skirts for quick changes were like Velcroed on. And so he did this move where I'm supposed to like go through his legs and he pulls me up. And when he did, he had stepped on my skirt. So my skirt stayed down and my body went up in the air. And at 12, this is devastating. Okay, even more devastating, yes. And so, yeah, there I was, like, shucking and jiving.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That reminded me that we bonded at the CMA Awards because you were in 4-H. And
Yes, so we did talk about that.
I
It's so
love
good.
4-H.
It's my favorite. I want to champion it and support it. It does such fantastic things for kids.
Guess what?
It was like my favorite thing growing up.
Let's
Roll it again. He's like,
in.
to task. Stay to task, ladies.
Here we go, and we're going with Easy.
Easy.
What song is your jam right now? Number one song on your playlist.
Ooh, you know what? My number one song right now, I have two right now that I'm listening to. Fire by Sarah Bareilles.
Okay.
And I Guess I Just Feel Like, John Mayer.
Oh, good.
Yep. And then I've been wearing out Ben Rector's latest album.
Oh.
Wearing it out.
I've been listening to that.
Yes.
But Fire, that's on our playlist too.
Yeah,
So
it's a good one.
All right,
Do we have time for another one?
A couple more.
One more.
Roll it again.
Okay.
All right, another easy one. All right, jeans or yoga pants?
Jeans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I yoga pant when I go to yoga.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so we've had this debate before on the appropriateness or like the style choice to just yoga pants everywhere. Not you.
I mean, listen, live your life, whatever. Like, whatever's comfortable. But I tend to feel like, oh, this is for working out for me.
Yeah.
Lucky us.
Yeah.
Time for another one.
Tell me another one.
No matter what, you're getting a hard question.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Enough of this. All right.
All right, hard.
Here we
Okay,
go.
what's the most difficult part about being a mom?
Oh, the vulnerability of feeling like, oh my God, here is a second heart that I have out here in the world, and God forbid, your worst nightmare. Like, just the vulnerability. Suddenly, you realize, like, whoa, this is heavy. There's a lot of, you're completely exposed. For sure.
Okay, I'm jumping in with another final hard question. Here it goes. What's your idea of a hot date night with the hubby?
Hot date night. I mean, look, I love to eat. I love to eat.
Does he cook?
So dinner, yes.
Does he?
So dinner is good. Obviously, bubbles are good. Yeah, I'll throw that in there. Yeah.
That sounds like a hot
pretty
date night.
amazing. All right, Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
stopping
so much. I feel like I'm
Thanks
like
for
around
coming.
it.
You guys, make sure to take a listen to I Can Do Hard Things. It is out now.
All right, the new Disney live-action version of Dumbo hits theaters this Friday. To celebrate its debut, we sat down with the movie star Danny DeVito to play a little game we like to call Oh Snap. We had Danny take a walk down memory lane through photos, telling us about meeting Elton John, his love for Robin Williams, so much more. Check this out. Performing with Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, man.
What in the world?
Man, he's my man. I love Bruce.
You got on stage with him a lot? Does that
I
happen?
get up on stage whenever I can.
Okay.
I tried to harmonize with him a couple times. It's not. I'm not little Stevie.
Okay. This
The
is
boys.
true. How long have you known Elton?
I met him on the set of Man on the Moon, actually. One day, Jim Carrey was in a scene, and I was going to come in. George Shapiro was coming into the scene. I saw Elton. I said, listen, instead of me going on, you go on. And Jim didn't know he was coming.
Here comes Elton John.
Elton John came in and did my line.
The one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at that.
That's a very nice Arnold.
Actually, I want to talk about the jacket there. Look at that.
What's
What's
the
going on
jacket?
here?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. It looks like
Yeah,
I
it's
got.
it's a character
It
in a
looks
role.
like I've got his lederhosen on. You know what I mean?
Smiling with one of the greatest comedic minds of all time, Robin
the best.
Williams.
Well,
My goodness.
we did Death to Smoochie together.
Right.
Like when I was doing Taxi, Robin started doing Mork, and so right down we were on Paramount Lot. So somebody was saying Robin's rehearsing. And we would just all go down there and stand in the back and watch him. Wow. And the rehearsal for Robin is like, just
like roll on the rehearsal.
Yeah, like just go.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton.
Ah, yes.
Look at you guys.
Yes.
BFFs here. This is way back, huh?
Yeah. I was getting an Italian American award, and they always mention your name somewhere in the speech.
Right.
I was half listening to the guy, and I got up when they said my name. He wasn't done. I went and I had no place to sit.
So you popped there with Hillary.
I popped on her.
Jack Nicholson.
That's
Look
my
at this back
buddy.
here.
Look at that.
Oh
That's
my
a great
God.
shot.
This seems like a fun night.
Yeah, that was fun.
This seems like a fun night
Can't
where it's
talk
good.
about that night.
I was gonna say, it seems like a fun night where it's good there aren't any cell phones. What is the story with Trollfoot? You do this everywhere.
I take my foot, my shoe up, and take my picture of my foot. It was when Twitter started. My first tweet was, my balls are on fire. But I couldn't keep doing so. I didn't know what
Keep
else.
doing that. Are you aware of Wiki Feet?
No.
This is a thing. Wiki Feet is a place where people who love feet go for celebrities, and they post all the photos. You have a Wiki Feet page. I don't know if you knew about it.
I don't know about it.
Here it is. Look, they have curated
That's my
all your
Wiki
photos.
Feet page.
Wiki Feet Men, a collection
Look
of
at
celebrity
that.
feet. It's an amazing phenomenon. Something we had to bring your attention.
Oh, yeah.
People have tattoos of you. If you type in hashtag Danny DeVito tattoo on Instagram, there are hundreds and hundreds that come up.
More. Oh, look.
Oh, look at
there's-
that. There we
there's
go.
a
They get
cool one.
creative. It's like,
Yeah, they're getting really creative.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a great thing.
I love him. He's so cute. I love that he didn't know about Wiki Feet, and then
You're
it's the
a
whole
Wiki
thing.
Feet star.
Yeah, I am. I have a really good rating on Wiki Feet, so.
I have some photos saved up that I'm gonna start my own Wiki Feet.
For yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm getting in there.
Because you feel like you're left out because you don't have one?
I think
Me,
you get one
Danny
of those
DeVito,
foot
we're on
heels
there.
first. They have like scrape and you get a pedicure first,
Okay,
right?
can you stop?
We can talk about this later, but obviously there are rules.
All
for
right,
Wiki
let's take one last look at our people poll and about Jeremy's feet. We've been asking you which grown-up skill you wish you'd learned in school.
Like changing a tire.
In honor of one Kentucky school's Adulting Day. So let's see what you guys think is the one.
Taxes, by
yeah,
far.
by far. But you know what? Changing a tire, I kind of wish I knew how to do that. I grew up on a farm and I still don't know how to change a tire. But we're in New York, so I'm not even driving.
Yeah, cooking meals.
You know, if someone else
coming in
needs
third
help.
there. Doing laundry. Everybody knows.
Of those four, doing laundry is probably the one you have the greatest handle on, I would think.
Yeah, definitely. At least post-college. That's why it took me to post-college to get a handle. Anyway, we'll be back with another riveting question of the day tomorrow. Please tune in for that and weigh in and use the hashtag #PeopleNow. Also coming up tomorrow, Eris Baker is here talking all about the season finale of This Is Us and her intense coming out scene on the show.
Plus, Lorraine Toussaint is giving us the scoop on her new series, The Village, even helping us whip up a savory breakfast dish. It was pretty delicious, Jeremy.
I struggled a little bit making it, but no, it's really
Well,
good.
you're the one that made it, but we were there giving you notes. All right, thank you guys for watching.
That's
For
my
now,
adulting skill. I wish I learned to cook omelets.
Yeah. All right, we leave you with one last thing from Carson Kressley. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, hey everybody, Carson Kressley here, and this is One Last Thing. My last big splurge was actually these shoes. I paid retail, and that never happens. The last time I laughed so hard I cried was, if you show me Bridesmaids, I have it on DVD, I can watch that, and it is the best way to make yourself happy again. I mean, it never becomes not funny.
Miss?
No, it's not me.
The last song I had stuck in my head was anything from the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. I watched it, and for like 2 days I was waking up actually singing the songs, like kind of like in my sleep. It was very strange. I think I've been brainwashed.